Latto just delivered one of those fashion moments that makes you stop scrolling for a second, take a closer look, and say, okay, Big Latto really showed up this time. The Atlanta rapper recently shared a series of photos featuring herself in a breathtaking pink Gucci look, and the entire moment feels like a perfect combination of luxury fashion, femininity, confidence, and that unmistakable Latto energy. From the very first photo, the look immediately stands out. Latto is wearing a soft pink floor-length dress with dramatic feather detailing around the sleeves and along the bottom of the gown. The silhouette is elegant, glamorous, and very much designed to make an entrance. But what really makes this outfit interesting is the way Latto balances softness with attitude. The dress has a delicate, almost dreamy quality to it, but the styling still feels bold. The sheer pink fabric, the feather trim, the fitted shape, the long flowing train, and those matching pink heels all come together to create a look that feels straight out of a luxury fashion editorial. And then there's the car. Because Latto didn't simply pose in this outfit inside a beautiful room and call it a day. She stepped out beside a sleek pink supercar, creating an entire visual world around the look. Pink dress, pink heels, pink car. At that point, the message was pretty clear. This wasn't just an outfit, this was a moment. Latto has always understood that celebrity fashion is about more than simply wearing expensive clothes. It's about creating an image, telling a story, and giving people something they can remember. And these photos definitely do that. One of the first things fans will notice is how much attention went into the details. Her hair is styled up in a polished bun with soft blonde curls framing her face. Her makeup is glamorous but controlled with glowing skin, defined eyes, glossy lips, and a soft pink blush that perfectly matches the overall aesthetic. Even her nails fit the mood. Everything feels coordinated without looking like she tried too hard. And honestly, that is one of the reasons the look works so well. Latto isn't hiding behind the outfit is working with her. She looks comfortable, confident, and completely aware of the effect she's creating. And that confidence has become a major part of Latto's public image. She's built a career around being unapologetically herself, whether she's rapping about her Atlanta roots, showing off her luxury lifestyle, experimenting with fashion, or simply having fun with the moment. This latest fashion post feels like another example of that evolution. Because if you've followed Latto for a while, you know her style has continued to grow. She can go from streetwear to high fashion, from a performance-ready look to a glamorous red carpet moment, and she usually finds a way to make it feel like hers. Fashion publications have also recognized that versatility. Complex previously highlighted Latto among stylish Atlanta rappers, describing her ability to move between sexy looks, streetwear, luxury pieces, and classic hip-hop aesthetics. And that versatility is important, because Latto isn't trying to fit herself into one box. She's building a visual identity that can change depending on the moment. And this particular moment is giving soft luxury. The pink Gucci look almost feels like a modern fairy tale. But then you look closer and realize there is still that unmistakable hip-hop energy underneath it. The luxury car, the jewelry, the attitude, the camera flashes, the confidence, all of it keeps the look from becoming overly delicate. It's glamorous, but it's not fragile. It's feminine, but it's not timid. And that's very Latto. There's also something interesting about the setting. Some of the photos show Latto inside what appears to be a beautifully organized luxury closet surrounded by designer handbags, colorful shoes, boots, and accessories. And that setting makes perfect sense for the outfit, because the closet almost becomes part of the story. We're not just seeing Latto wearing a pink Gucci dress, we're seeing her surrounded by the kind of luxury fashion world that the outfit represents. Designer bags line the shelves, shoes fill the cabinets. Everything is organized by color and style, and right in the middle of it all is Latto, dressed in head-to-toe pink. It creates a visual that feels almost cinematic. Then, just when you think you've seen the full look, the photos take the fashion story somewhere else, the car. Latto is photographed sitting inside a futuristic-looking pink luxury vehicle, still wearing the same feathered gown. And the contrast is incredible. The car is dark and sleek on the inside, while the pink dress completely takes over the frame. In another shot, the lighting shifts dramatically, giving the scene a darker, almost nightlife-inspired feeling. That's where the look becomes less like a simple fashion post and more like a celebrity editorial. And this is something Latto seems to understand very well. In today's celebrity culture, Instagram isn't just social media anymore. For major artists, it's part of their personal brand. Every outfit can become a headline, every photo can become a conversation, every detail can become part of the image fans associate with that artist. And Latto knows how to create those moments. What's especially interesting is how naturally this luxury aesthetic fits into her journey. Latto came out of Atlanta with a Southern rap identity that was immediately recognizable. Her breakthrough helped establish her as one of the major young women in hip-hop, and over time she has continued expanding beyond just music. She's become a fashion personality, a luxury lifestyle figure, and a celebrity whose visual choices regularly get attention. Her rise has also been closely connected to her Atlanta identity. She's spoken openly about growing up around music, studios, performances, and the creative culture of Atlanta. And that background matters, because Atlanta has always had a special relationship with hip-hop fashion. There's a long tradition of artists using fashion to communicate success, individuality, and status. Latto is simply putting her own modern spin on that tradition. And you can see it clearly in these photos. The pink isn't random, it's everywhere. The dress is pink, the heels are pink, the car is pink. Even the lighting in several of the photos creates a soft pink atmosphere. It almost feels like Latto created her own little pink universe. And fans immediately picked up on that energy. The post's simple caption, "at Gucci," keeps the focus exactly where it belongs, on the fashion. There doesn't need to be a long explanation, the pictures do the talking. And honestly, sometimes that's the strongest way to make a statement. You don't need to explain the outfit when the outfit. Big Latto said pink was the assignment, and she did not miss. One of the most eye-catching details is the feather trim. The feathers add movement to the gown, especially around the sleeves and train. When Latto moves, the dress doesn't just move with her, it almost follows her like a cloud. That gives the photos a sense of motion, even when she's standing still. And that is exactly what you want from a fashion shoot. You want texture, you want dimension, you want something that catches the light. The feathers do all three. Then there's the neckline. The dress features a narrow opening near the chest, adding just enough contrast to the otherwise soft and romantic silhouette. It's another example of how the styling keeps the outfit from becoming too predictable. There's sweetness, but there's also edge. And that's probably the best way to describe Latto's overall fashion personality. She can make something extremely feminine feel powerful. She can make luxury feel playful. She can make a glamorous gown feel like something she'd wear on her own terms. And that's important because celebrity fashion works best when the person wearing it still feels visible. You should see the outfit, but you should also see the personality. And in these photos, you definitely see Latto. There's also a subtle full-circle feeling when you consider her history with Gucci. Latto has previously talked about Gucci Mane being one of her biggest musical influences. In a GQ interview, she discussed his influence on her early career and even recalled how excited she was when he recorded a verse for her project. So seeing Latto now creating luxury fashion moments associated with Gucci carries an interesting connection to her own musical journey. It's not simply about wearing a designer label, it's another visual reminder of how far she's come. The young Atlanta rapper who grew up inspired by artists she admired is now walking into rooms where fashion houses, cameras, celebrities, and luxury brands are all part of the same conversation. That's a pretty powerful evolution. And maybe that's why this particular photo set feels bigger than just another celebrity outfit post. It represents a certain level of confidence. Latto doesn't look like she's trying to prove that she belongs in luxury spaces. She looks like she already knows she belongs there. That distinction matters because there's a difference between wearing something expensive and actually owning the moment. Latto owns it. From the pose to the facial expressions to the way she carries the gown, everything feels intentional. Even the photo where she's standing beside the open car door has that classic celebrity arrival energy. It looks like the scene right before somebody walks into an exclusive event and every camera turns in their direction. And then there are the more intimate shots, inside the car, inside the closet, close-ups of the dress, close-ups of the shoes. These details give fans a closer look at the styling instead of showing only one polished final image. That's another reason the carousel works. It feels like you're getting a behind-the-scenes look at the entire fashion moment. You see the full gown, you see the shoes, you see the car, you see the closet, you see Latto interacting with the environment. And then you get those close-up beauty shots that bring everything back to her face. It's almost like a mini fashion story told through Instagram. And the shoes deserve their own moment. The matching pink pointed toe heels perfectly complement the dress, and the Gucci detailing adds another layer of luxury to the styling. Instead of choosing a completely contrasting shoe, the look stays within the same color family. That makes the entire outfit feel intentional from top to bottom. And once again, the pink supercar becomes the perfect final piece. This is the kind of styling where subtlety isn't necessarily the goal. The goal is impact, and impact is exactly what she achieved. You scroll through these photos and you know what the color story is. Pink, pink, and more pink. But somehow it never feels boring. That's because the textures keep changing. Soft fabric, feathers, glossy leather, metallic jewelry, dark car interiors, warm closet lighting, bright flash photography. Everything gives the same color palette a different personality, and that is what makes the visuals so strong. Latto is also having a moment in her career where her fashion choices feel increasingly connected to her status as a major hip-hop star. She's no longer being viewed only through the lens of music. People are watching what she wears, where she goes, what brands she works with, and how she presents herself. That is part of becoming a modern celebrity. The music may be the foundation, but the visual identity becomes part of the story. And Latto's visual identity is becoming increasingly recognizable. Bold, feminine, luxury-focused, southern, confident, and never afraid to have a little fun. That's what this pink Gucci moment captures so well. It's polished enough for a fashion magazine, but playful enough for Instagram. It's glamorous enough for a major event, but personal enough to feel like Latto simply decided, I'm going pink tonight. And maybe that's the biggest takeaway. Latto doesn't seem interested in playing small. Whether it's music, fashion, jewelry, cars, or lifestyle, she's embracing the idea that success should be visible. She's talked before about her hustler mentality and the importance of hard work and ambition. So when you see these luxury images today, it's easy to look only at the designer dress and the supercar, but there's another story underneath all of that. It's the story of an artist who built her name, developed her own identity, and kept pushing forward. The luxury is the result, the confidence is the message, and the fashion is the celebration. That's why moments like this can mean more than they appear to be. For fans who have watched Latto grow, seeing her surrounded by designer pieces, stepping out of a luxury car in a custom-looking pink aesthetic, and carrying herself like a woman completely comfortable with her success, can feel like watching another chapter of the journey unfold. From Atlanta, from the early music, from the breakout records, from the collaborations, from the jewelry, from the performances, to this, a pink Gucci moment that looks like it belongs on a giant billboard in the middle of a fashion capital, and she makes it look effortless. Now, whether you personally love the pink aesthetic or think Latto should switch it up next time, one thing is hard to argue with. She got people talking, and in celebrity fashion, that's half the game. You want people to stop, you want them to look, you want them to screenshot, you want them to send the picture to their group chat and say, "Did you see Latto?" And judging by this photo set, that is exactly the kind of reaction this look was built for. The feathers catch the eye, the color catches the eye, the car catches the eye, but ultimately, Latto is the focal point, and that's how it should be. Because luxury fashion can be beautiful, but personality is what makes it memorable. And this particular look has personality all over it. It's giving glamorous, it's giving expensive, it's giving soft girl energy with a hip-hop edge. It's giving Big Latto has entered the room. And honestly, if this is the direction she's taking her fashion moments, fans are going to be watching very closely for what comes next. Because after a pink Gucci gown, matching heels, a pink supercar, and an entire luxury closet moment, question is, how do you top this? For now, Latto has made one thing very clear. She knows how to turn a simple fashion post into a full-on celebrity moment. And this time, she did it in pink.